Hello, it is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and I am coming to you live from the porch in the sun, enjoying the beautiful weather here in Michigan. And I wanted to talk today and give you 5 tips that are really simple and that can aid in physician wellness. So, the first one, and why am I talking about wellness? I should probably back up a little bit. I am talking about wellness because I am very integrally invested in that, partially because I unfortunately, and fortunately I guess, suffered from burnout and I am a physician, so obviously that's something that's near and dear to my heart. But I want to talk about it more, and I want to obviously I'm on the porch, so there are like dogs barking and cars passing by. But I want to talk about it more, and I want to give practical tips that hopefully you will find useful. And even if you're not a physician, you may know one, or you may be in a field where these are some of the things that you might also experience, and you can apply these tips pretty much to a lot of things. So I'm hoping that it will be helpful to you. All right, so there was like a notification there, so I was just looking and see what it was. All right, there we go. All right, hey Danielle, thanks for joining. So the first tip that I want to talk about is nutrition. So that is something that we as medical professionals tend to put to the wayside, and it is very important that we pay attention to this. So it may be something as simple as utilizing a simple food chart where you have your fruits and vegetables, you have your lean protein, you have your good carbs, so like sweet potatoes, things like that, and you are having well-balanced meals. And then the snacks that you're carrying to work, the lunch that you carry to work, making sure that that's a healthy meal that you're carrying, and you're carrying healthy snacks. So examples of healthy snacks would be almonds will be very healthy to carry. So provided you don't have a nut allergy, that's something that you could do. It's quick. You can put it in your hand and then you can just pop it in your mouth, no problem. You can also carry fruit. Lots of fruit is portable. That's a great healthy snack. So blueberries, plums, apricots, apples, you name it. Those are all great options for a healthy snack while you're on the go, while you're at work. So paying attention to your nutrition is very important. What we tend to do is we tend to be serving others so much that we forget to take care of ourselves. And part of taking care of ourselves is actually providing the body with the fuel that it needs. And if you put quality fuel into the tank, then guess what? You'll perform at a much higher level. And part of that quality fuel is going to be healthful foods. Okay, so try to avoid processed items. Try to have as close as you possibly can to, I'm not saying organic, but if you can do that, then great. But just really try to have foods that are whole and that aren't that haven't been processed. I think that's kind of be the key. And then making sure that you have a nice balance to what you're having in each meal. So you're having a protein, you're having a carb, you're having your veggies, your fruit, etc. And just really making sure that you put quality fuel into your tank so that you can serve whomever you need to at work. All right. So that's the first thing. So the second tip, so tip number 1 was nutrition. So super important. Again, tip number 2 is going to be getting enough sleep. Now, everybody's amount of sleep is going to be very different. Now, I am a little odd because, of course, I work night shifts. So I am sleeping during the daytime when everybody's awake and doing their thing. And I'm awake at night serving patients in the emergency department. So my sleep is going to be a little bit different than your sleep might be. But regardless, if you require 4 hours of sleep, making sure that you're getting 4 quality hours, then that's what you need to do. If you require 10 hours of sleep to be functional at your optimal capacity, then you should ensure that you get your 10 hours. Now, I realize that this can be problematic when we have very busy schedules and we have some extraneous things that are out of our control. Like, for example, if you're a resident physician or you're a resident in any kind of health field, you're likely to be spending the majority of the time in the hospital, and you have less time in which to get that full amount of sleep that you require. So that may be a problem. So taking that with a grain of salt. But I'm speaking to, so Danielle, you're a dentist. I'm sure you can relate to those long hours of studying and being available for clinical work, and that might have cut into your sleep. But hopefully now you're able to get some good sleep and be able to refresh yourself, get all of the needed hormones released during that time of deep sleep so that you can function at your best. So sleep is very important. So that's number 2, sleep, getting good sleep. Number 3 is drinking an adequate amount of water. And I have talked about this numerous times. And as I'm sitting in the sun and you see the sweat dripping on my nose or sprinkling on my nose, these are the times, particularly when it's warm out and we're enjoying the summer months, to really make sure that we're getting more than just the baseline amount of water. So how much is the amount of water that you need to drink? So the average human is going to require at least 1/2 your body weight. Okay, so I weigh 180 pounds. I need 90 ounces of water. Okay, so you take your body weight in pounds and then you divide it by 2. And that's the base amount of water that you require in order to function well. Now, when you are exerting yourself, so when you're being more active and you are, working out, or you're running around outside, or you're at the beach or whatever, then you're going to require more. You're going to need to have maybe half of that more, just to make sure that your body is not getting to the point where you get dehydrated. Remember, when you start feeling thirst, that is too late. You should be drinking water over the course of the day and just making sure that you stay hydrated and keep your cells happy, keep your body happy, and keep things running smoothly. So we said number 1 was nutrition, number 2 was sleep, number 3 was drinking enough water. So number 4 is getting involved. And what does that mean? Getting involved in movement is really what I'm talking about. So that may mean different things for different people. It may mean running around with the kids or the neighbor's kids or your nieces or nephews in the backyard now that it's warm out. It may mean going for a run. It may mean going to your local gym and doing a like a spin class or something like that. It may mean going to the basement and working out like I do on a regular basis. It may mean just, going for a walk. It may mean going, just observing nature, just going around the neighborhood and just going for a nice walk. So getting out there and moving is really key. So, you now have prepared your body with the right amount of fuel. You have adequately hydrated yourself. And now you need to move and keep those muscles moving, keep your joints lubricated, keep the body in good condition. So nutrition and movement or exercise is really going to be helpful as far as maintaining your wellness. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5 is very simple and very easy. Hey, Deborah, thanks for joining. Very simple, very easy. Anyone can do it. You don't have to be in shape. You don't have to be, able to give a good speech. Nothing. All you have to do is do this, engage these muscles in your face, and smile. That's it. Very simple. You would be surprised how effective smiling can be. It is, number 1, very contagious. Number 2, it changes your countenance, it changes your speech, it changes your tone, it changes everything when you're smiling. Hey, Carlton, thanks for joining. I have utilized this technique in some very difficult interactions, and it has worked really well. So say, for example, you're on the phone with someone and they are not necessarily being as cordial as you'd like them to be. They are not seeing your point of view. And your response, your deep down gut response, is to retaliate or reciprocate the same kind of negative vibe that they're putting off. So instead of doing that, if you just focus your energy on a smile, your tone changes, your body relaxes, and your interaction will be positive, at least from your end. Now, that person may or may not bend to, a neutral viewpoint or to your viewpoint, but at least you will be the person that will come out of that conversation as the better one, in the sense of, you were mature and you were cordial and you had a very good positive vibe coming off, and all because you smiled. And you know what? Sometimes a smile can make such a big difference in someone's day. Someone could be, you just never know what people are going through. You see them on a daily basis, and you may not necessarily know that maybe they've missed payments on their home and they're on the brink of losing it. Maybe they're going through relationship issues. Maybe they have a sick loved one that they're having to take care of. You just never know what someone's going through. And that smile that you give them, simple gift, super easy, it can just make all the difference for them. Because what happens when someone smiles at you? You cannot help but to smile in return. I mean, that's just human nature. So why not use it? Simple, easy, free. So it's a great tool. So those are the 5 things that I'd like to share today. I'm just going to go back over them. These are targeted specifically towards physician wellness, but like I mentioned before, this can be applied to pretty much any profession, any situation. I'm just talking about it because these are just some of the things that I have noticed that have been very helpful, that have helped me as I've dealt with being in the abyss of burnout and recovering from that, and just maintaining a very positive attitude, positive mindset. These are some of the things that have helped with that. So I will go over them again. The first thing that we talked about was nutrition. And we said that having good nutrition, good fuel entering the body, then that allows for us to perform at our best. Hey, Mildred, thanks for joining. Number 2 was getting enough sleep. So whatever that means for you, whether it's 4 hours or 10 hours, but getting enough sleep, and that quality sleep is going to ensure that your body has an opportunity to refresh itself, and also for you to excrete the hormones that are needed in order for good metabolism and good functioning of the body. Number 3 was drink water. And we talked about how that's very important for lubrication of the cells and the tissues and allowing for good functioning of the body, and that the quick and dirty way to figure out how much water you need is your weight in pounds divided by 2. So I gave the example of myself. I'm 180 pounds divided by 2, that's 90, and that's 90 ounces base water amount that I need every single day. More when I'm active and more when it's hot out, okay? 4 is get out and move. So whatever that means for you, whether it's walking the dog, hanging out with a neighbor's kids, hanging out with your kids, going to the gym, whatever have you, however your movement is manifested, getting out there and moving. And then number 5 is smiling. Free, easy, contagious, amazing, effective, you name the adjective, and it's positive. So these are the thoughts that I would like to share with you today. Those are the 5 tips that will aid in physician wellness, but as I mentioned before, can also be applied to other professions and situations, and overall, just in general. And I hope that you found this helpful. Thanks for the love, Carlton. Hope that you found this helpful. And if you did, please feel free to comment below and let me know what you thought. And also, if you don't mind, go ahead and share it if you found it valuable. There may be someone else that might be touched by this conversation, and I would really appreciate that. So until the next time, this is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness.